Hey guys, welcome back to Lunatic Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Lori Lothy, and today we're talking about some double exaltation in the sky that can lead to some lucky breaks and opportunities, especially given that there's a trine between Jupiter and Mars that is heating up as this week progresses. And I really want to focus on the idea, and I'm going to do all signs, that with this double exaltation, with the sun exalted in Aries, well, the moon is exalted in Taurus, well, there is an applying trine between Mars and Jupiter all at the same time. We have some sweet, sweet opportunity this week ahead for success, accomplishment, and luck. In the all signs portion, I will go into how this impacts your natal chart based on your sun, moon, or rising sign. Just to be clear, this double exaltation is very fortunate. It only happens once a year. It happens when the sun is in Aries in the sign of its exaltation. And during that same month, the moon makes its foray 2.5 days through the sign of Taurus. So this week, this is what's happening. And so it's really the 14th and the 15th that you want to pay attention to for the exaltation energy. And then as the week continues, 16th, 17th, and 18th, we get that trine between Mars and Jupiter, which is about success, accomplishment, and things going forward in a very positive way. So I'm going to talk also a little bit about the idea that this sky is not just fortunate because of the double whammy, but also a little bit because of some of the energy in the constellations themselves, the fixed stars that are attending to the story in the sky this week. I'm going to just pause the recording while I open up my software for you. Okay, so I've got the software up in the back end, and I'm going to be sharing the very simple sky picture with you. It's just a really pretty little blue triangle. Just before I go there, what I was alluding to is that Mars is kind of sitting in a chunk of the sky while he's getting ready to perfectly trine Jupiter. And this is such a sweet time for that, you know, the harmony between Mars and Jupiter this week. And that sky is studded with some very positive stars. And so Mars is actually working with those stars, or those stars are working with him. He's not alone wolf slash warrior. And the stars that he's sitting with, okay, are El Nilam, El Nath, Capella, and a bit of Bellatrix. Now, El Nilam and El Nath, okay, are very lucky stars, and they have to do with Orion, the hunter in the sky. And, you know, we all know Orion's belt, right? The 3 stars in the sky that are really close together. Giza Plateau, the pyramids there are lined up exactly as the positions of the stars in Orion's belt. So, which is also a marker for civilization as to when those pyramids were created, which is a whole other story because they're quite ancient. But the idea here is that this is a lucky place. So Mars is bringing lucky star energy, you know, and El Nilam, technically, I'm just going to give you some general meanings. It's a lucky star, an advocate for change. It can be about looking good, having material success, caution not to scatter one's fortunes, okay? And that's according to Roderick Kidman, who wrote the software for the package I'm using around the stars. Now, the other star, Elnath, is the budding one, and it has to do with the idea of vigor and strength and opportunity. And it can be about activism and avocation and, you know, being a champion or a hero or a warrior for something. And then the other star is Capella. And Capella, which is in the Auriga constellation, has to do with manifold great gifts and bringing in great fortune and good fortune. So you can see there's a lucky, and gratitude brings good fortune, according to Roderick. But the feeling here is that there's just a very auspicious chunk of sky. One of them involves Orion's belt, which is always a place of great luck. And so I get the sense then that this is a week in which we can expect this storyline to look really positive, and you might have some lucky breaks, and Jupiter brings luck anyway, but nonetheless the double exaltation helps. And now, last thing before I show you the sky is that the sun itself is on the asteroid during this week, Volcano. And Volcano is the husband of Venus, forge smith of the gods. You know, the rumor he made the thunderbolts of Zeus, you know, so he's like a blacksmith, an artisan, a forger, but like forging things of great power. And he's, you know, the hubby of Venus herself. So I kind of feel like, you know, what are you going to forge this week that could bring exalted luck and goodness into your life? There's an energy there with the sun exalted in Aries around the idea of forging something, as opposed to, like, you know, just pennies from heaven dropping on your head. But hey, Who knows? Because volcanus is also the idea of something erupting, something very unexpected, something fiery, something potent, something powerful. So yeah, hey, maybe I should not say no windfalls allowed. Why not go for a pennies from heaven dropping on your head? Okay, so I'm going to share the screen so you can see what I'm seeing. And yes, you're in my bedroom again. You can see that's my new place to film. I like the light in here, so it's nice and bright. Even no matter what time of day, I get so much light. I don't have to use a whole lighting kit. Oh, so you can see me and all that good stuff. So here we have April the 12th, and you can see that the moon has entered her sign of exaltation at 0 degrees of Taurus, and now is very powerful for 2.5 days onward. So all of, let's say, 2012, Eastern time, it starts midday around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 2021. And then, of course, the 13th, fully situated in Taurus, and then the 14th will begin to like leave. So we got a 2.5, 3 day window time. I think the moon will leave around like 2 a.m. in the morning on the 15th, but we will progress the chart. So we have a 2.5 day window. Oh, goodness, when the moon is exalted, well, the sun is exalted. Reminder that the sun is on Volcanus, this forgesmith of the gods, also the volcanic eruption of something powerful and positive. Mercury and Venus are flanking that sun, both in combustion or under the beams of the sun. So they're kind of invisible, not doing too much. Same with Volcanus. So anything that percolates in terms of goodness, erupting in your life may take a little bit of time, especially waiting for Venus to become visible in the sky around the 21st to the 24th of April, depending on where you live. So we may be planting goodness seeds right now, and the eruption of goodness could happen just a bit later. Now, I'm trying to make sure my mic is close to my face as I lean into it. I want to talk a little bit about Jupiter and Mars. We've been waiting for this, right? Oh, I've been waiting for this anyway. So this beautiful trine between Jupiter and Mars, in the way this is happening, it's an every 2-year event, okay? This particular kind of trine with Jupiter in this position, Mars in the side of the storyline. Mars is moving into gear at 23 degrees on the 12th to begin to engage here. It's already engaging with Jupiter before that, but on the 12th, he certainly is engaging. And it's going to be perfecting over the days. Take a look. I'll just move it forward just for fun. All right, there we have 25. We're getting really drilling down on April the 15th, and it would be in play on the 16th and the 17th. And then we move out. So April 14th, 15th, 16th, we've got a lot of Mars, Jupiter. What are the meanings of Mars and Jupiter? Opportunity that is by your direction, your action, or your will. Mars, opportunity or luck or expansion through a male figure in your life, an opportunity because of a journey or a trip, or an opportunity because of an important decision, or an opportunity that is connected to an important decision. All right, all those things that can happen with Mars and Jupiter in a happy combination with each other, a very positive, lucky way of communicating between the two of them. And in this case, Mars, again, with all those lucky stars, is really willing to drill down into some positive outcomes here, collectively and individually. I really want to focus on individually for us today, and I'm going to do the all signs portion, in which you can check your sun, rising sign, and moon sign. If you are born at nighttime and you know that the sun is below the ascendant descendant line in a chart, then maybe check out your moon sign more so. And then your ascendant, of course, for all signs is the most important of the ways to read the chart, especially in this manner. So let's begin with, I've been changing it up lately, as you guys have noticed, right? I'm going to start with Leo today, because Leo's sitting on my screen already. So Leo, this is an energetic goodness triangle, as you see here, of opportunity and flow that points to your natal 9th house. And at the same time, you're going to have some exalted moon goodness participating in your chart as well, in the place that the moon rules natally. So moon is Cancer, right? And that is her home. So you can also expect some really sweet juice for you in your 12th house, and to some degree even your house of your body, because the sun exalted rules the body house. So let's talk about the things in a nutshell. For some of you guys, you're going to have, if you are a Leo sun, moon, and ascendant, your health and your well-being, your physical stature, and you're feeling good about you. The exalted sun is supporting your natal 1st house of you and your identity, because of course the sun owns Leo. As well, the moon during this next 2 or 3 days that we're having, April 14th, 15th, 16th, is supporting your dreams at night, your meditations, your reveries, undoing, self-undoing bad habits, releasing old patterns that you don't need anymore. Certainly pay attention to your dreams. It could be a time for the most illuminating and big dreams of your life, or a long time, at least till next year's exaltation cycle happens again. But it is some luck. And if you acquire income from a foreign land, PayPal, Stripe, for example, because most people make money off of global internet monies that way, you could experience this as a very fortunate income flow as well. Now, taking a peek again at the tip of the triangle where the Forge Smith Volcanus is sitting up there with the sun. What do you want to forge in your ninth house of Dharma, your life's calling, your true purpose? You can also maybe take this house and look at it as your trips to foreign lands, or wisdom and knowledge, and certainly education. And if any of you Leo, sun, moon, and ascendants are thinking you want to drill down and learn something, this would be the kind of learning that you would take time to learn. You would be certified or diplomaized by it, not just a weekend workshop. But certainly there could be an opening here this week for a clarity around something you wish to study. And if you do see something, this will be a very exalted direction, a very positive direction for you to forge some goodness. And that trine between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, so you Leos, lucky breaks and opportunities through friends in your social circles and your wide net that you cast of the tribe of your belonging. And a Jupiter in the seventh house, your spouse or marriage partner or significant other could also benefit, or your business partner, because Jupiter in the seventh house is already benefiting your partners in life this year as Jupiter spends time there. So a lucky break for your partner, or just being lucky in your marriage relationship or business partnership relationships right now. And I like that the trine is from the 11th house of good spirit as a karmic reward house. So again, it could outpicture as a male in social circles, offering you some goodness to you or your spouse or your business partner. All righty, kind of general, but hopefully useful. Just get ready for a good week and expect something positive. And yes, you can see that I've moved the chart, right? We're like now the moon is like all the way over here in Taurus, but so don't worry about the details like that. That's just the way I was moving things. I think I might go backwards. No, I won't. That won't confuse everybody. All right, so I've lost the moon in her happy place. So we are going to go backwards. I'm really going to scare people by moving backwards instead of forwards to keep the picture looking appropriate. Well, it would help if I wasn't escalating the chart by the day and was instead escalating the chart by the hour. So hang on a sec while I get us back to square one. Maybe I don't have to go backwards. Bear with me, be patient, guys. This is what happens when I don't do a dress rehearsal. All right, so you can see, yeah, so we're really starting this juice on April 12th, 13th, and 14th. Okay, so let's go ahead. I just did Leo, now we're going to do Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, and ascendant. You are having this energy of the moon in her exaltation in your ninth house of foreign lands, Dharma, life purpose, and education. And it is a good month. It is a good 2 or 3 days in which you could stumble into some positive educational direction. Now, the exalted sun sitting on Volcanus, asking us to forge some good luck in our lives as something good, or forge a new opportunity, or work with this beautiful trine between Mars and Jupiter. This is in your eighth house of money, wealth, bank loans, grants, tax rebates, credit card debt. What can you forge here? Do you have any desire to have some financial goodness in your life? Who doesn't? Now, this is not your paycheck. This could be investment monies or speculation even, but there's something good happening financially this week for you. And a lot of you Virgo, sun, moon, and ascendants also, if you've been in a bit of a difficult time emotionally, psychologically, or whatever, with that transit of the sun through your eighth house this month, never an easy time for Virgo rising anyway, you might feel like the light is breaking through. Okay, now you'll really feel better when Venus finally gets her act and moves out of the darkness of the sun and moves into Taurus and becomes visible in around the third week of April. But you get a glimmer of goodness here, you Virgos. And so any anxiety or fears or dark nights of the soul can happen with the sun through your eighth house begins to lighten up. And there is a possibility of a financial break here for you guys, for sure. And some of that goodness is coming from Jupiter in the house of work and Mars in the house of career. So it could be like some kind of good news in your financial front to do with the career path you're on or the work environment that you're in. For anyone who's not employed or have a career, then this could be something to do with somebody in a position of power, a male assisting you in getting a job, right? Getting some work, getting, something there. Jupiter is moving through your health house all through 21 Virgos and trying to improve your health protocols, removing sickness and bringing goodness of health. And this could be a breakthrough around that, certainly, because the sun is about vitality. And here we have this Jupiter trine to Mars. So what kind of possible health breakthrough as well may occur in the week ahead? Turning a corner for sure. So Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, this is going to be the experience for you of having the exalted sun on Volcanus, the forge smith, sitting in your seventh house of marriage, partnerships, business partnerships, clients if you have them, audience if you have one. This is not a bad time for your outreach in the world in any way you might be reaching out to others. If you're single and you're wishing a committed relationship, I kind of find it intriguing that Volcanus, the husband of Venus, and Venus, the couple of, the divine couple, Venus and her hubby, Volcanus or Hephaestus, are all sitting here in your seventh house. So certainly forging partnerships of any kind could be very auspicious in the week ahead. Also, with this energy, you are looking at that trine between Jupiter and Mars, saying maybe a male in a teaching environment, a male from a foreign land, or travel to a foreign land, or a trip in a foreign land, or ambition or direction and choices around education, all could play in some way to how Jupiter in the house of luck, business luck, speculative luck, Jupiter in the house of the muse and inspiration and children and love affairs is really supporting this time. And I know with Jupiter in the house of love affairs for most of 21 for you guys, and now you get this kind of sweet spot in your seventh house. I would be really shocked if over the next week some kind of new relationship, exciting new relationship, doesn't capture your attention, or the potential for one doesn't emerge. Again, it could be with Mars in the ninth house, somebody who lives in a different place or is from a different culture or background than you, or something like that. Yeah, foreign lands, foreign culture, foreign language, anything like that. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Sorry, guys. I'm moving the screen on the recording. That's too funny. I want to share this, not most comfy. Okay. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. We have, did I talk about the exalted Venus for you guys, Libra? I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry, the exalted moon. And the exalted moon in your eighth house of finances. And so close to Uranus, by the way. It's not a bad placement, a sudden financial breakthrough. 3 days in which some good money news comes to you. And it doesn't have to be money that you actually get. It can even be good news like, your credit card company decide, to reduce the rate of interest, or the mortgage you wanted turned out to have a better interest rate than you were looking for, or whatever. So lending or money, other people's money, spousal money, some kind of financial breakthrough during the 12th, 13th, and 14th of April. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. You can see that you're having the Volcanus sun energy exalted in Aries in your sixth house of health protocols and work. Now, this is great. If you're an employee, wow, this is a good time. Something good's happening in the office or with your job or with your employer. And if you're an employer, with your employees. But this is like good for your work, whatever it is. And you might forge a new direction of success. Jupiter in the house of the home, real estate, being successful in your work from your home, or your work success bringing you some goodness around your home. With Mars in the house of loans and other people's money and banks and debt, also good for your finances. Again, Jupiter trine Mars. Are you going to sell a home, buy a home, change your home, leverage your home, remortgage your home? Many different options there. This is a theme that's going to prevail for a lot of you, Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendants during the entire year. Jupiter is in your fourth house of home. Double down on the real estate, guys. This is a great time to take a chance and buy a place if you're in a position to do so, or to sell a place, either or both. Certainly, real estate is your ally in 2021's Jupiter transit. Jupiter's there most of the year, okay, minus May, June, July, but most of the year. Yeah. And I'm going to be, oh, I forgot to say up front, I'm having a Jupiter sale. Always forget these things. Okay, the Jupiter sale. Um, I'm laughing at myself. Okay, I always forget to advertise the stuff I'm doing. That's so funny. All right. What else do I want to say here? Yeah, then the exalted moon is in your seventh house, which is going to be really good for your marriage or your business partnerships or your clients. So, people in your life that aren't you, and some really good breakthroughs and some really good sweetness and some delight maybe in your marriage house, your relationship house. And in your natal chart, this is moon territory is the ninth house. So maybe your love will decide on a trip to a foreign land or something like that. Yeah, but it's more like directly influencing your seventh house of marriage and business partnerships. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and ascendant. You're going to feel this volcanic sun energy in your natal fifth house of children, love affairs, romance, they said, yeah, inspiration, the muse, money, luck, and speculation. I think a lot of you guys, Sagittarius, are going to have some financial relief coming maybe from this combination, because Venus is the goddess of money and she is sitting in that fifth house, which can bring some money, luck, or speculative endeavors that bring money, luck to you. Certainly buy a lottery ticket this week. Why not? You could also benefit financially or in any way from a female this week. Venus, a female friend, a female ally. Now, with Volcanus there, you can also forge your own luck. You can also make your own luck. And that trine, from Mars and Mars trine Jupiter and the sextile, of course, makes this beautiful little lucky triangle. Jupiter in the house of your aunts and uncles and siblings and foreign and short-term trips and travel and skills-based education, some of those themes there. Trining Mars in the house of marriage, business partnerships, and other. So maybe you and your partner, your beloved, your spouse will take a trip that will have many positive ramifications, or plan the trip during this week. 12th, 13th, 14th is a very intense window, but also 15th, 16th, and 17th as Mars and Jupiter trine perfectly. Also liking the energy here of the idea that the exalted moon wants to help you in your work environment. With proximity to Uranus, there could be some sudden breakthrough as an employer or employee in some area of your work. And also your health as well can benefit from this exalted moon in Taurus. So, this is a week here looking at this juicy stuff for you Capricorn folk, where the exalted sun with Volcanus is really operating to support your home. This is where you live, your hometown, the land, the real estate, the house, the apartment, and bring something good there. And what do you want to forge in the home that's going to bring something positive to you this week with success and opportunity knocking from the second house of your money, your earnings, and your self-possession and your possessions. And then over here, Mars in the workhouse. So a lot of you Capricorn, sun, moon, and ascendants are going to have maybe a male in the workplace, a colleague, employee, or boss who's a male, who's going to help you out with something or bring you good financial uptick in your money. At the same time, things in your home are going to benefit from that. Your home life, maybe a redecoration, an expansion, or a relocation could come out of these things that occur in this lucky week ahead. And you have the money and financial means to do that. And as well, your fifth house exalted moon on Uranus could bring a breakthrough, a sudden unexpected goodness in the house of money, luck, and speculation, the house of love and romance and fun and play and pleasure. It's definitely a 3 days this week to have some fun for a change. And if you're not romantically involved, an exalted love story could percolate and begin for some of you single Capricorns in this week ahead. Aquarius, rising, sun and moon. I am in a rising Aquarius. So I'm really going to look at this with my own self in mind here, guys. So we look at an exalted sun in our third house of siblings, short trips and travel, and skills-based education, teaching and learning. It's also social media and platforms and the commerce that we do in life, marketing, merchandising. And for a lot of Aquarians, there's a lot of energy down there in this part of the chart right now. And now the force smith of the gods with the sun is bringing in some luck. We've got Volcanus, really saying you can forge something really important here. And whatever you forge, you will feel hopefully inspired, and the muse is driving it. And maybe even a romantic engagement could be a percolating and heating up during the week ahead for some of the Aquarius rising people. With Jupiter in your first house for most of 21, this is a good year for you guys. Other than gaining a bit of weight, tell me about it. You're definitely going to find that you are lucky, and you are also optimistic, and you do see the half full cup. Now, nothing like Jupiter going through the house of the self, to have a good year and a feel good year for sure. So this Jupiter in the first house can bring an opportunity with that trine to Mars through fifth house things, an opportunity because of a love story, an opportunity because of the muse speaking, an opportunity because of money luck. Absolutely, money luck, a windfall, a financial breakthrough. And Mars is there. Take action this week to create that breakthrough. Buy that lottery ticket this week, guys. 12th, 13th, and 14th for us Aquarius risings. Very lucky in speculation. Now, or you could speculate on a stock or whatever, but speculative luck regarding money. And then you can see that everybody is forging us something up here, right, in the third house. So where all this money luck takes you might be something that you are writing or self-expressing, or it will allow you to self-express or write something. Often we write things with that third house. And then you have exalted moon in your fourth house. This really improves your real estate situation. Now, it could mean that you decorate it or you expand your home this next 3 days, or something good that's happening in the sky benefits your home. Certainly for some Aquariuses, if you have some kind of financial luck, you might decide to renovate or change your home or buy a home or sell a home, who knows, right? But there's definitely goodness exalted around the theme of your home this year. And it could be very sudden proximity to Uranus, right? The moon will spend a time crossing over Uranus, and the moon is like the inciting incident, right? It brings things into action, it brings them into fruition. So yeah, during this week, as the moon crosses over Uranus, you're going to find that something out of the blue could definitely happen that benefits you in your home story about where you guys live or want to live. So I'm not thinking I want to leave the city. I'm tired of the noise, the construction, and the pollution. That's almost maybe 3 years here, and coming up this winter of 22, and I'm ready to find my little country home somewhere, but not too far from a major city, so I can get to an airport. Although, hello, who travels anymore? All right. Ah, no! Did you guys see that? It just went whipping along without me. Oh my gosh. Check out my sale below, guys, for my Jupiter special that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, since I'm still rambling. It's going to be a fun reading to do, and I will be promoting it every video from now on. Where was I? I was at Aquarius. Oh my gosh, I have to laugh at myself. I really do. Where was I? I'm not even going to edit this out. You're just going to have to bear with me. Pisces, sun, moon, and ascendant. I think that you're going to feel really good this next week, this lucky week ahead, with exalted sun and Volcanus sitting up here in your second house of money. If you've been worried about money and not feeling the financial flow, this is a turning point week. You'll begin to see that money's coming your way. Use your inner imagination, dreams at night. Go deeper than the surface of the story, because Jupiter in your 12th house this year is asking you to find your inner guru and to go deep into your own, sort of your own dream time, really, into your own inner life, and find the deeper layers of how reality can be engineered or manifest things. And so Jupiter's trying to get you to look inward, so that the outward expression of your life, Pisces, you see as a reflection of the deeper layers of who you really are. That's why the 12th house is a full-on enlightenment house, a moksha house, complete liberation, because it is about seeing that we're not the personality character. We're something far greater than that. Your divinity, is being excavated in 2021 for you to use it. So find your I am creatorship. And now this little week ahead brings you some luck financially to display your I am creatorship in the world through a financial positive direction, especially around earnings, if you want to look at it that way. And Mars in the fourth house could real estate stuff, improve the home, decorate the home, expand the home, build an addition to the home, things going on in the home that are good, but the money's there to support that. You might want to change your office space in the home. Mars likes to move things around, and it's the home. Maybe you need a change of office space, some of you guys, if you're working in the home. Now, the exalted Taurus energy is happening in the third house of siblings. So one of your siblings could really be a great boon to you in the week ahead, like especially on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and give you some really positive direction or luck and also breakthrough. Also, it's a house of writing. If you're writing anything, you Taurus, Pisceans, and Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, then you might have a breakthrough in your writing. Same with social media platforms, marketing, selling, breakthrough energies down in that part of the chart as well. And a short trip or travel could be very beneficial. If you take a short domestic trip this week, especially the 12th, 13th, and 14th, well, the moon is exalted in Taurus. That trip has some special bonus points to give you that you can benefit from in a way that is unusual or extraordinary. Aries, you didn't get to be first this time. Aries sun, Aries moon, and ascendant. Volcanus, the fourth smith of the gods on the sun, with those invisible Venus, Mercury pile up. This isn't the house of your identity. This is you, your body, yourself, your selfhood. You are going to benefit directly by the luck of this week, and it can impact you physically in a positive way, an improvement in your physical well-being, for sure. But also just in you being you and feeling good about you and getting your Aries on, getting your real exaltation of who you are, the pioneer, the daring, the bold. I'm an Aries sun, moon, and Mercury. I'll tell you guys, I was really down in the dumps lately, and I'm really feeling better all of a sudden as this happy time is approaching this week. I was just feeling overwhelmed and fatigued and burned out or something. And, for an Aries sun, moon, and ascendant, like we're all about fire and initiative. It's like all my initiative was, I don't know, like somebody put a blanket over my fire, but it seems to be coming back. So we shall see how that prevails. So for you Aries, this is a reboot of you be you, you be you, you be you. Get your Aries fire going, and it's heating up this in a good way this week, and in a lucky way. Jupiter in your 11th house of friends and allies and associates and friends as benefactors and great gains from your career is blessing you all through 21 in that 11th house. So some of you Aries are just going to have a fantastically successful career year, both financially, but also in influence in social circles, and even fame is possible, extending your networks for sure. Belonging to new clubs or I belong to Clubhouse now. I kind of like it. I'm not sure. It's kind of going into a little cliquey vibe right now, but I'm going to prevail and stick with it for a while. So that's my Aries getting that Clubhouse vibe going with Jupiter ingressing into my 11th Aries solar house in December. So a lot of you Aries may have joined new clubs, and Clubhouse is a club, of course. Now, also, you can see that the Mars for you Aries is in the third house of trips and travel, short-term trips and travel, learning, skills-based learning. You can look at this as marketing and selling, social media platforms, writing, okay, all of those things. So for someone like me who's building up the Athenaeum Academy of the Divinatory Arts website, this is what's been occupying my spare time. This is very much perhaps a lucky break around that, or a breakthrough. I'll give you an example. I was building on Kajabi and I decided to forget it and go back to another system I was going to use. And so maybe being bogged down in Kajabi land was the problem. Kajabi has too many limits for the kind of membership creation I wanted to do. All right, plug for Podia, whatever you want to call it. All right, so yeah, what else? Exalted moon in the second house for you guys. This is massively yummy. And it's funny, I'm set for Andrews Air Force Base. I have no idea why I'm there. I have no idea why my software put me there. Isn't that a hoot? Anyway, good money stuff and a breakthrough. See, this is Uranus, like boom, like smash through, break on through to the other side of some money story, some money opportunity, some earnings boon or bounty. It's a good money week for you, Aries, sun, moon, and ascendant, and it might come out of the blue, very unexpected. We'll see. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, you've got this energy happening in your natal first house. In your natal 12th house, where Volcanus, the forge fifth of the gods, wants to forge something deep in the dream time. Your inner life, your dreams at night, your reverie, your meditation. Okay, this is the invisible realms. So go inward. This is the best week to really get down with, guided visualizations, meditations, higher imagination, dreams at night. Milk it, Taurus. Don't stay on the surface this week, because the goodness is coming into that realm for you. It's very subtle. You have to be wanting to pay attention to your dreams and your insights and your imagination already. Now, I always think that the 12th is both your enlightenment house, but it's also your reality engineering house. So, once we understand that we're not the body and the mind and the personality, and we are the divine spark itself, we can enter into co-creatorship and creatorship itself. So this is exciting because you could have a breakthrough insight about that this week. And then Jupiter in your 10th house of career or reputation, is where he's going to be all year for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, is really helping you expand your career, your where you want to be in the world, your success. If you're a student, then your success as a student. If you're employed, you're as an employee. If you've got your own business, as your own businessman, whatever. Career success is kind of a 2021 story for a lot of Taurians. Now, Jupiter could also mean that you could be expanding your career that already exists this year. And this is going to be a very good week for those themes, with Mars in the second house of earnings, bringing opportunity for new voice, self-expression, voice vocation calling, maybe seeing your calling more clearly, or simply just having more money flow this week, as money begins to heat up as a positive thing coming from your reality engineering. Time to say some prosperity mantras. Now, I love the moon exalted in your first house, Taurus. This is your body. This is good for your physical health and your sense of well-being. And you could have a sudden breakthrough because Uranus is present there. A sudden health breakthrough, a sudden health pivot or turning point, okay? With Uranus, it could be a revelation, an aha, like a moment of, oh my God, an understanding, an insight to positively affect your demeanor, your outlook in life, and also your health. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. A lot of beautiful action going on in the chart here in your house of good spirit. That's already a good lucky house where great gains from your career and friends and allies who want to help you and your own hopes, dreams, and wishes can be realized. This week provides this double exaltation health with the Sun exalted, with the Moon nearby also exalted, as well as that trine from Jupiter and Mars. Now, Mars in the 9th house, right, of your dharma, your purpose, your higher lands, foreign lands, wisdom and knowledge, higher education. Some of you Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants could experience some really positive breakthroughs because of something from a foreign land. Jupiter up there, a lot of you Geminis are hankering to travel to foreign lands with Jupiter in your 9th house this year, but also maybe to learn something or to study something in a higher education mode. Mars in your first house is really about paring away all that you don't need. Time to get rid of the things that don't serve your better personality and your health and your wellness. Mars is often kind of like a hard pruned gardener. You might be letting go of a lot of thoughts about who you are, but also a lot of ways that your body, may need more exercise. Mars may be propelling you to get your exercise going this week, and also, in a 6-week stay here. But this week you might get a breakthrough there as well. Physical wellness breakthrough, exercise breakthrough. Also, if you have to stand up for something or you have to make an important decision, this is a really good week to make the perfectly right decision. So a lot of you Geminis will be on the ball with like intuitive and lucky decision making and choices and action. Okay, it influences your financial gain, your luck, and your and amplifies your hopes, dreams, and wishes for this life. All right, the last but not least of this around is the Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant folk. And you got a lot of juice going on in your career. Holy moly. Exalted Sun with Volcanus up there this week. Great support for your reputation, your career. Promotion, some expansion, some lucky money thing like Jupiter in a money house, boom. They realize they doctor pay too much and refund you. They realize that you're worth more than they thought, and they give you a chunk of money, to compensate. Or you, if you're your own business person, have a breakthrough financially in your money story as you run your own business, or success story in your career. Now, Jupiter is also in the 8th house of secrets, and a secret might be revealed, or something might come out of the woodwork that was hidden from your view, but will really support your career success. So a big reveal is possible during this week as well. And you can see that Mars is in the 11th house. It's also a secretive house. So I definitely think some of you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants, are going to have something revealed to you that really supports your success and directionality in forging your career and making your career go forward in a good way. If you wanted to study something, the money may become available as well. Jupiter in the 8th could provide money for study. You've got this exalted moon in your 11th house of good spirit, great gains from your career. Friends and allies as benefactors. A female may want to help you, and you will benefit from their help during this month or during this week, and especially with Uranus on the exalted moon there, woo. I mean, of course, this is not rare. It's going to be exalted moon Uranus once a month, but because we have an exalted sun at the same time, this is a preciously lucky sky. So what female figure might help you out? Taurus, right? In your 11th house this week, and bring some kind of luck to you, especially around, there's a pennies from heaven quality here, like a lucky financial windfall could be a part of the narrative for some of you Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants. Just keep that in mind, but maybe coming through a female. So a friend or a family member who's a female might have some lucky financial break and pass the luck along to you. All right. Okay. Pass the goodies along to you. All right, so we are done. Thank you all for listening. Please check out my Jupiter sale in the description box below. It's my Jupiter luck reading, and it's really exciting. It's going to really cover about 1.5 years of content where Jupiter's once every 12-year transit through Pisces can totally revolutionize your luck story. And I think it's opportunity and expansion and growth. It's one of my favorite readings is when Jupiter is in Pisces or when Jupiter is in Sag. And so check it out below. Thanks for listening, guys.